Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a brand new speed build, this time doing a kind of Japanese inspired apartment. So not only have I never done one of these before, but I'm also using CC. I know, gasp, I am quite surprised at myself, and in actual fact I got completely and utterly carried away today on the Sims Resource website because initially I thought I'm just going to use Peacemaker because it's just a lot easier. And then I thought, well, there was a few items that I needed to get and there was a few things that I really wanted to kind of find. And so I thought, I'll just go over to the Sims Resource, and then next minute subscribe to them, and then I'm downloading CC left, right and centre. I was like, oh my gosh, this is how it starts, this is how it snowballs. But no, normally I prefer to build anyway without CC, and I'll never be a CC convert, just in the sense that I always do my builds for the gallery the majority of the time. I like to be able to build things that people can use, and CC though without a doubt is a load of fun and creatively can just open up, you know, a load more different areas. So I thought I will go on there and I'll have a look for some kind of Japanese inspired objects and items and just see what I could find. So I had an absolute blast finding all this CC. So this is actually 131221 Chic Street in Myshuno. It's a one bed, one bathroom build, and it actually comes in at 27,000 simoleons. Now, in the end, I used a mixture of Peacemaker CC as well as the Sims Resource, and I literally got CC from absolutely everywhere. So it would be impossible really for me to link them all because everything was from different kind of creators. So for that reason, I probably won't upload this to the gallery, but it was literally a build done for fun. If anyone does want me to upload it to the gallery, then I will kind of keep it in my game and just give me a shout and I can do that. That's no problem. I mean, it wasn't like, I was just going to say, there wasn't loads of CC, but there absolutely was. But I had fun. I was literally shopping for clutter. I mean, who'd have thought it? Me shopping for clutter. Yeah, I think, you know, I've not been feeling too well or something because this is not like me at all. But I did actually I like to spend a little bit more time on apartments and just adding a bit more clutter because I just feel like it's a smaller build, and I always imagine apartments to be like a little bit cozy. But with this one, I was going for a kind of sort of modern Japanese style, but something that looked really quite homely and cozy as well. Whether it does look Japanese or not, well, I'll leave that to you because A, I've never visited Japan, and B, I only did this based off some research on the computer, so please don't go too harsh on me. But it was fun. I enjoyed it, and I actually really, really love the style. I think the Japanese style, is very kind of chic, very simple, and I love, well, there's a couple of different styles. You can't kind of say that everything is one particular style because obviously it's not, but I do kind of like the modern Japanese look. I think it's very clean and very fresh, and it just seems to have like a really good energy about it. And then you've got the other side as well, where you've got kind of like the real tiny apartments, and I was going to do one of those. In fact, this is probably quite a small apartment, but I think the apartment I wanted to use, I've literally just done a speed build for. But not only that, I actually wanted to use Zen View. But for some reason, Zen View in my game is completely glitched out. And whenever I kind of bulldoze the lot, the flooring for some reason just doesn't take. And let me tell you, have I had bugs in this game this week. So as you will have seen, I've just done another stop motion build. And with that, you have to be really meticulous about placing each item and, you know, kind of deleting it and then sort of putting it back in the game. And it's important that you get that order right because otherwise it can kind of make it look a bit wrong. So anyway, getting to the point, I completely and utterly thought I was losing the plot, and items just kept disappearing all over the shop. And I was actually really annoyed because when I came to look at the final edit of the build, there is a scene where it swishes around the house and you can see a column missing. And that's not me. That was literally the game just decided it didn't want it anymore. So I was losing archways and everything. And the weird thing is as well is I started the Sims game completely from scratch the other day. So I deleted all my cache files and folders. And I did all the things that they ask you to do. When they're like, can you do this and do this and do this? And I did it all, and I actually got rid of every single save file. So I deleted everything and I started The Sims from scratch. So this has got to be some kind of bug, or maybe it's just my bad luck. But yeah, that was driving me bananas. So that happened a couple of times in this build as well. And I know it's not CC related because I didn't actually have any CC in before kind of doing this build, so yeah, I don't know what that was all about. But yes, I did do my research with this build and I decided to go for quite a nice sort of, like, I don't know what's the word, like a natural looking apartment. So there's lots and lots of plants. I just found that all of the research that I did, it's like the Japanese really love house plants. So I decided to just throw them absolutely everywhere. And in actual fact, I absolutely love houseplants as well, but I'm really rubbish at trying to keep plants alive. And I know that's not a rare thing. I know a lot of people go through that, but actually I'm really proud of myself because I got one of those little Christmas plants at Christmas. I don't even know the name, what they're called. The little red plants that are sold absolutely everywhere in the UK. And I bought one when I took my kids shopping for some very special little baubles from this huge garden centre near us. And it's still alive. It's on my windowsill. Like, it's only just alive, but it just, every single time it looks like it's just getting a bit fed up and all the leaves are going a little bit limp. I just water it and then it just springs back up again. So I thought, well, I can't really bin it. It's alive still, so yeah, it's still going. Whether it'll be here by next Christmas is another story, I don't know. So just coming back to this living room, this little nest of tables I absolutely love, and actually they're really popular at the moment in the UK as an interior item anyway. It's not really my style. I mean, I couldn't have anything like that because it'd just be like smashed in no time with all my kids and stuff, but I think they're really beautiful. But when I was kind of looking into the Japanese style and the style that I wanted to do, I noticed that a lot of them had very, very low tables and seating around the tables in the living area, and the same goes for the dining area as well. I mean, it wasn't something I could really do for the dining area, but I did decide to instead use, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a little white slab that I've used before for like landscaping. And I think it's a pond like item or something like that. And I decided to use that and size it up and kind of make a very low coffee table and place like a little seat next to it. So I was just trying to make it as much as I could, similar to the style that they would ordinarily have. Also, I'm going to be moving on shortly to the front door area, and one thing that I did notice was a common theme throughout was that they had like an area at the front door, which I suppose everybody has really, and it's just a place to take your shoes off. But I think it's more like a tradition in Japan to, almost like a respect thing to take your shoes off before you enter a home. So I did want to put a little mat near the front door, and I did find, I didn't actually shop for slippers, but I found them in my directory, so they must have come with something else that I downloaded. But I found these little slippers and I've just put them at the front door on the mat, and I thought it was quite a cute little touch. Plus there was like a little umbrella stand with some umbrellas in as well. But I do love all these items, and I especially love the kind of range of plants that you can find now. The amount of stuff that people create is just out of this world, and very, very realistic. And I know a lot of the time it looks very, what's the word? I totally forget what the word is now, but like Sims 3 style. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Hang on. Is it Alpha CC? Something. See, this is how much of a CC virgin I am. But yeah, it looks very Sims 3 style. But I actually love Sims 3 style. I feel like it looks a lot more realistic than what the Sims 4 items do. And I love the Sims 4 style, don't get me wrong. I think it's very smooth and, you know, obviously all the items go with the game. But I do kind of miss this sort of realistic element that the Sims 3 furniture used to have. And I'm really interested to see as well what the art style is going to be like for The Sims 5. You know, will they make it more realistic again like The Sims 3, or will they keep with a similar sort of almost cartoonish look with The Sims 4? I really hope it's a little bit more like Sims 3, and no doubt there'll be loads of speculation over the next coming couple of years before they release it anyway. But yes, I'm just moving on to the bathroom, and the bathroom's just very simple, really. I noticed that with regards to colour, you either seem to have a very dark colour choice or you had a very light colour choice. There didn't seem to be much in between from what I saw. But it might just be that the pictures that have come up for me are just stereotypical, you know, I don't know. But so I decided to go for quite neutral colours anyway and use this quite modern sort of shower suite or bathroom suite if you like. And I did have a couple of little accessories as well that came with a bathroom, and so I love placing those. Some little toothbrushes here, everyone's got to have a toothbrush. But I hope you're all well and you've all had an amazing week. Mine's been busy, very, very busy. I've been doing a lot of work on my channel. I've been doing a lot of thinking about the content I want to do, and I know I've had a lot of feedback from people saying that they prefer voiceovers, and it is something that I will always do on my channel, but I just don't know how often. And I think things will change again in April when my daughter goes to nursery, and there's a very strong possibility that I'm actually considering streaming The Sims 4 as well. So there's going to be a lot of changes, and ultimately I will still be producing a lot of content, and that's the most important thing. But I did do a little bit of rebranding this morning. I decided to get rid of the old simkim kind of little logo, little animation that I had, and my old kind of channel art banner, and just thought I'd change it up a little bit and do something a bit more kind of up to date, because yeah, I think I made that sometime last year, and it's just nice to change things up and make things a little bit different. But I'm just moving on to the final bedroom now, and one of the things that I didn't download actually was a CC bed. So I decided to use this one. This one was the closest one that I could find really to the kind of Japanese style. A lot of them tend to be really low lying beds as well, so I created like these little slabs that I went round the front. I was going to do them all the way round the bed because I thought I'm probably not going to use this build anyway, and I could maybe do it for decoration, but then I thought, actually, you know, I could always save this apartment and play in it myself. So I decided to just put them at the foot of the bed. But I did notice that sometimes there tends to be like almost like little seats at the end or the foot of the bed, in sort of the Japanese style. Don't really know what that's all about, but I thought, well, you know, I'll chuck in a little seat at the bottom of the bed, so that's what I did. I also went ahead and used the little white slab again, and I think it's from like Spa Day or something like that, but it's quite a versatile little object because you can literally manipulate it and do whatever you want with it. So I decided to make like this very modern floating side table, and just put a few little items on there. And I also had these little lights that came down from the ceiling, and they look very alpha but it kind of went with the style, and I just thought, why not, you know, it just kind of just went. And I managed to find this wallpaper as well that was kind of like a Japanese inspired wallpaper which came in different colours, and that again was from the Sims Resource. So I decided to make the bedroom a little bit darker and go with that more traditional Japanese look, just mixing in some kind of like modern elements as well. But do you know what? I never thought I'd say it, but I had a lot of fun doing this interior. And normally interiors for me are just like not my favourite thing to do, but for some reason it just feels different in apartments. It's bizarre. It is absolutely bizarre, but I've enjoyed doing this particular speed build, and you'll have to let me know what you think, if it's something that you've enjoyed, if you'd like to see some different ones as well, because I'm thinking about doing some different inspired apartments, you know, like from different cultures around the world, and just see what I can come up with. And let me know what you think about using CC as well. It's not something I will be doing in my big builds, but I think for apartments, CC's not so bad, because I don't think a lot of people really. Well, I know people do download apartments from the gallery, but if they're going to download any, they're probably not going to download. Oh, I need to have more faith. I really, really do. But yeah, no, I enjoy using CC. So I think for apartments, it's not too bad. But like I say, on the whole, I build for the gallery. So don't panic if you're someone that really doesn't want to see CC. Then, you know, it's not something I'm going to be building with all the time. It was really just a one-off. And it was mainly because I was doing this particular style, and I knew that in The Sims 4, we didn't really have that many items that were sort of inspired or didn't look the way I wanted them to look. But you'll have to let me know if you do want me to upload this to the gallery, because I will keep it in my game, and if you're interested, then I will. Otherwise, I probably won't, just because of the amount of CC that was in it. All the CC that I did get was from the Sims Resource, which I know really doesn't help, because it's literally just a catalogue of anything and everything over there. There's like so many creators, it's ridiculous. But also Peacemaker as well. So, you know, let me know what you think. But I hope you're all well wherever you are in the world. If you enjoyed this one, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, it would be awesome to have you on board. But please check out my social medias as well in the description box below. And I will look forward to seeing you in my next build. So take care of yourselves, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.